Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrittyam Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudihiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think you are good, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I'm just sharing the screen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. We can hear you.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen. Okay. Sri Sukha Uvacha Atha Vrajan Rajan Patena Madhavaha Striyam Gritanga Vilepa Bhajanam Vilokya Kubjam Yuvatim Varananam Paprachayantim Prahasan Rasapradaha. Shukadev Goswami said, as he walked down the king's road, Lord Madhava then saw a young hunchback woman with an attractive face who carried a tray of fragrant ointments as she walked along. The bestower of the ecstasy of love smiled and inquired from her as follows: Katvam varovarva etad u hanulepanam kasyanganeva katayasva sadhu naha dehyavayor angavilepana uttamam shreyastatastetna chirad bhavishyati. Lord Shri Krishna said, who are you, O beautiful thighed one? O ointment, who is it for, my dear lady? Please tell us truthfully. Give us both some of your finest ointment, and you will soon gain a great boon. Sairandhivacha Dasyasmaham Sundarakam Sammata Trivakra nama hi anulepya karmane madbhavitam bhojapater atipriyam vinayuvam ko anyatamastad arhati. The maid servant replied, O handsome one, I am a servant of King Kamsa, who highly regards me for the ointments I make. My name is Trivakra. Who else but you to deserve my ointments, which the Lord of the Bhojas likes so much? Rupapesala Madhurya Hasitalapa Vikshitaihi Dharsitatma Dadhau Sandram Ubhayor Anulepanam. Her mind overwhelmed by Krishna's beauty, charm, sweetness, smiles, words, and glances, Trivakra gave both Krishna and Balaram generous amounts of ointment. ततस्ताव अंगरागेण स स्ववर्णेतर शोभिना संप्राप्त परभागेन सुशुभाते अनुरंजितो anointed with those most excellent cosmetics which adorned them with hues that contrasted with their complexions, the two lords appeared extremely beautiful. Prasanno Bhagavan Kubjam Trivakram Ruchirananam Rujiva Kartum Manaschakre Darshayan Darshane Phalam. Lord Krishna was pleased with Trivakra, so he decided to straighten that hunchbacked girl with the lovely face just to demonstrate the result of seeing him. पद्भ्याम् आक्रम्य प्रपदे द्रे अङ्गुले उत्तानपाणिना प्रगृह्य चिबुके ध्यात्मन् उदनीनमद् अच्युतः. Pressing down on her toes with both his feet, Lord Achyuta placed one upward pointing finger of each hand under her chin and straightened up her body. Sa tadarsu samanangi brahachshoni payodhara mukunda sarpa mukunda sparshanat sadhyo babhuva pramadottama. Simply by Lord Mukunda's touch, Trivakra was suddenly transformed into an exquisitely beautiful woman with straight, evenly proportioned limbs and large hips and breasts. Tato Rupa Guno Gunodharya Tato Rupa Gunodharya Sampanna Praha Keshavam Uttariyantam Akrasya Smayanti Jata Chaya. Now endowed with beauty, character, and generosity, Trivakra began to feel lusty desires for Lord Keshava. Taking hold of the end of his upper cloth, she smiled and addressed him as follows. Yehi vira graham vayamo na tvam tyaktam ihotsahe त्वयोन्मत्तितः चित्ताय प्रसीद पुरुषार्षभा. Trivakra said, Come, O hero, let us go to my house. I cannot bear to leave you here. O best of the male of males, please take pity on me, since you have agitated my mind. Evam striya yachamanaya कृष्णो रामस्य पश्यतः मुखं वीक्ष्यानु गोपानां प्रहसंस्ताम् उवाचः. Thus interacted by the women, Lord Krishna first glanced at the face of Balarama, who was watching the incident, and then at the faces of the cowherd boys. Then with a laugh, Krishna replied to her as follows. Yashyami te griham subruh पुंसाम् आदि विकर्षणं साधितार्थो ग्रहाणां न पान्तानां त्वं parayanam. Lord Krishna said, O lady with beautiful eyebrows, as soon as I fulfill my purpose, I will certainly visit your house where men can relieve their anxiety. Indeed, you are the best refuge for us homeless travelers. विसृज्य माध्यावाण्यतां व्रजन्मार्गे वणिक्पतैः नानोपायन ताम्बूला स्रग्गन्धैः साग्रजोर्चितः. Leaving her with these sweet words, Lord Krishna walked further down the road. The merchants along the way worshipped him and his elder brother by presenting them with various respectful offerings, including pan, garlands, and fragrant substances. तद्दर्शनस्मरक्षोभात् आत्मानं नाविदं स्त्रियः विस्रष्टवासः कवरवलयालेख्यमूर्तयः. The sight of Krishna aroused Cupid in the hearts of the city women. Thus agitated, they forgot themselves. Their clothes, braids, and bangles became disheveled, and they stood as still as figures in a painting. ततः पौरान् पृच्छमानो धनुषः स्थानम् अच्युतः तस्मिन् प्रविष्टो ददर्शे धनुर्ऐन्द्रम् इवाद्भुतम्. Lord Krishna then asked the local people where the arena was in which the bow sacrifice would take place. When he went there, he saw the amazing bow which resembled Lord Indra's. पुरुषैर्बहुभिर्गुप्तम् अर्चितं परमर्धिमद् वार्यमानो निभिः कृष्णः प्रसह्य धनुराददे. That most opulent bow was guarded by a large company of men who were respectfully worshipping it. Krishna pushed his way forward and, despite the guards' attempts to stop him, picked it up. करेण वामेन सलील उद्धृतं सज्जं च कृत्वा निमिषेण पश्यतां नृणां विकृष्य प्रबबन्ध मध्यतो यथेक्षुदण्डं मत्कर्य उरुक्रमः. Easily lifting the bow with his left hand, Lord Urukrama strung it in a fraction of a second as the king's guards looked up on. He then powerfully pulled the string and snapped the bow in half, just as an excited elephant might break a stalk of sugarcane. Dhanusho bhajyamanasya शब्दः खं रोदसी दिशः पूरयाम् आशयं श्रुत्वा कंसस्त्रासम् उपागमात्. The sound of the bows breaking filled the earth and sky in all directions. Upon hearing it, Kamsa was struck with terror. Tad rakshinah sanucharam kapita आततायिनः गृहीतु कामा अवावृ गृह गृह्यतां vadyatam iti. The enraged guards then took up their weapons and, wanting to seize Krishna and his companions, surrounded them and shouted, "Grab him, kill him." अथ तान् दुरपभिप्रायान् विलोक्य बलकेशवौ क्रुद्धौ धन्वन आदाय सकले तां च जग्नतुः. Seeing the guards coming upon them with evil intent, Balarama and Keshava took up the two halves of bow and began striking them down. Balam च कंसप्रहितं हत्वा शालामुखात् ततः निष्क्रम्य चेत्रतुर्हृष्टौ निरीक्ष्य पुरसम्पदः. After also killing a contingent of soldiers sent by Kamsa, Krishna and Balaram left the sacrificial arena by its main gate and continued their walk about the city happily, looking at the opulent sights. तयोस्तदद्भुतं वीर्यं निशाम्य पुरवासिनः तेजप्रागल्भ्यं रूपं च मेनिरे विबुधोत्तमौ. Having witnessed the amazing deed Krishna and Balaram had performed and seeing their strength, boldness and beauty, the people of the city thought they must be two prominent demigods. तयोर्विचरतो स्वैरम् आदित्योऽस्तम् उपेयिवान् कृष्णरामो वृतौ गोपै पुराच चकटम् ईयतुः. As they strolled about at will, the sun began to set. So they left the city with cowherd boys and returned to the cowherd's wagon encampment. गोप्यो मुकुन्द विगमे विरहातुराय आशासताशीषुरिता मधुपुरि अभूवन् सम्पश्यतां पुरुषभूषणगात्रलक्ष्मीं हित्वेतरान्न भजतश्चकमेयनं श्रीः. At the time of Mukunda's Krishna departure from Vrindavana, the gopis had foretold that the residents of Mathura would enjoy many benedictions, and now the gopis' predictions were coming true. For those residents were gazing upon the beauty of Krishna, the jewel among men. Indeed, the goddess of fortune desired the shelter of that beauty so much that she abandoned many other men, although they worshipped her. अवनिक्ताङ्घ्रियुगलौ भुक्त्वा क्षीरोपसेचनम् ऊषतुस्तां सुखं रात्रिं ज्ञात्वा कंसचिकीर्षितम्. After Krishna and Balarama's feet were bathed, the two lords ate rice with milk. Then, although knowing what Kamsa intended to do, they spent the night there comfortably. कंसस्तु धनुषो भङ्गं रक्षिणां स्वबलस्य च वदं निशम्य गोविन्द राम विक्रीडितं परं दीर्घप्रजागरो भूतो दुर्निमित्तानि दुर्मतिः बहून् चष्टो भयता मृत्योर्दौत्य karani cha. Wicked King Kamsa, on the other hand, was terrified, having heard how Krishna and Balaram had broken the bow and killed his guards and soldiers all simply as a game. He remained awake for a long time, and both while awake and while dreaming, he saw many bad omens, messengers of death. Hmm. अदर्शनं अदर्शनं स्वशिरसः प्रतिरूपे च सत्यपि असत्यपि द्वितीये च द्वैरूप्यं ज्योतिषां तथा छिद्रप्रतीतिश्छायायां प्राणघोषाणुपश्रुतिः स्वर्णप्रतीतिर्वृक्षेषु स्वपदानाम् अदर्शनं स्वप्ने प्रेत परिस्वङ्गः करयानं विषादनं यायान्नलदमाल्येकस्तैलाभ्यक्तो अम्बरः अन्यानि चेत्तं भूतानि स्वप्नजागरितानि च पश्यन् मरणसन्त्रस्तो निद्रां लेभेन चिन्तया. When he looked at his reflection, he could not see his head. For no reason, the moon and stars appeared double. He saw a hole in his shadow. He could not hear the sound of his life air. Trees seemed covered with a golden hue, and he could not see his footprints. He dreamt that he was being embraced by ghosts, riding a donkey and drinking poison, and also that a naked man, smeared with oil, was passing by wearing a garland of Nalada flowers. Seeing these and other such omens both while dreaming and while awake, Kamsa was terrified by the prospect of death, and out of anxiety he could not sleep. व्युष्ठायां निशिकौरव्य सूर्ये चाद्भ्यः समुत्थिते कारयाम् आस वै कंसो मल्लक्रीडा महोत्सवम्. When the night had finally passed and the sun rose up again from the water, Kamsa sent about arranging for the grand wrestling festival. Anarchur Purusharangam Turya Bhairyascha Jagnire Manchaschalan Krita Sragbhihi Pataka Chaila Toranaihi. The king's men performed the ritual worship of the wrestling arena, sounded their drums and other instruments, and decorated the viewing galleries with garlands, flowers, ribbons, and arches. तेषु पौरा जनापदा sorry तेषु पौरा जानपदा ब्रह्मक्षत्र पुरोगमाः यतोपजसो यतोपजोषं विविशु राजानश्च कृतासनाः. The city dwellers and residents of outlying districts, led by Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, came and sat down comfortably in the galleries. The royal guests received special seats. कंसपविवृतो मात्यै राजा मञ्च उपाविशत् मण्डलेश्वर मध्यस्थो हृदयेन विधूयता. Surrounded by his ministers, Kamsa took his seat on the imperial dais. But even as he sat amidst his various provincial rulers, his heart trembled. वाद्यमानेषु तूर्येषु मल्लतालोत्तरेषु च मल्लास्व अलङ्कृता दृप्ता सोपाध्याया samasata. While the musical instruments loudly played in rhythmic meters appropriate for wrestling matches, the lavishly ornamented wrestlers proudly entered the arena with their coaches and sat down. चाणूरो मुष्टिकः कूतः सलस्तो सल एव च त आसेदुरुपस्थानं वल्गुवाद्य प्रहर्षिताः. Enthused by pleasing music, Chanur, Mushtika, Kuta, Shala, Tosala sat down on the wrestling mat. नन्दगोपादयो गोपा भोजराजा समाहुताः निवेदितोपायनास्त एकस्मिन् मञ्चभाविसन्. Nanda Maharaj and the other cowherds, summoned by King of Bhojas, presented him with their offerings and then took their seats in one of the galleries. Hare Krishna. This is a wonderful chapter, because here we can see that in Ramayana there was the time when Surpanaka came, because she was very much interested by seeing. She was actually said that she was like a flight, that she was flying in the sky in the forest, and all of a sudden, yeah, because she was willingly she was going roaming around with no goal, nothing, because there was no responsibility she felt, because her husband was anyway killed by her own brother. Of course, sometimes someone may say it's due to accident, or someone say it's intentionally, but one way or the other, because yeah, she didn't had any husband anymore, and she was very free. She was looking for someone who can be her soulmate, her life partner. And when she was roaming in the sky, she suddenly came across two beautiful, sorry, handsome looking men in the form of Ram and Lakshman. So she came down, she started observing, and she was thinking, who are they? Who are they? And she was mesmerized. And anyway, so she finally came forward with a proposal. Hey, if you like, if you want to enjoy the pleasures of the world, yeah, don't miss the opportunity that I am going to choose you as my husband. I think we all know this. So in that part of Ramayana, we can see, I mean, Ram usually we know that he is Maryada Purushottam, means one who is very respectful, usually do not get too casual to crack jokes. We can see in Ramayana, Lord Ram cracks fun out of two persons. One is Surpanaka and the other one is Manthara. So in the case of Manthara, what happened, we know, yeah. So she took it to her heart, and she felt insulted, and she has poisoned the mind of Kaikeyi. And then what in the case of Surpanaka happened, when she approached Ram, he said, no, I'm not, because in this life I'm going to take, I took a vow of Ekapatni Vrata, means only one wife, mm, uh, in this life. Why don't you go to Lakshmana? So, and anyway, that funny thing happened, and finally Surpanakha couldn't bear the insult, and she wanted to kill Mother Sita. And at that time, it before things go out of control, Lakshman simply mutilated the nose of Surpanaka, and that funny incident, of course, triggered again a whole reversal in the smooth uh, Vanavas of Lord Ramachandra. So why I'm saying this is, here we can again see that Krishna, of course, in this he had so many pranks and so many plays that he has, um, uh, with his cowherd boys and also gopis. That was in Vrindavan. That was in a very, very special place. Now Krishna and Balaram come to Mathura, and this is what is happening here. Shukadev Goswami mm, said, as he walked down the King's Road, Lord Madhava then saw a young hunchback. So, if you see this mm, Vilokya Kubjam, so Kubja means hunchbacked. Usually we may think Kubja is the name of the lady. No, Kubja is the person who has the hunchback. Mm. And what is her name is Trivakra. So she is kind of bent in three places. That's why she is called Trivakra. So, according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the young hunchbacked girl was actually a partial expansion of Lord's wife, Satyabhama. Satyabhama is the Lord's internal energy known as Bhu Shakti, Bhudevi, and this expansion of hers, known as Prithvi, represent the earth, which was bent down by the great burden of countless wicked rulers. Lord Krishna descended to remove these. Um, mm, where is that? Lord, yeah. Lord descended to remove these wicked rulers, and thus his pastimes of straightening out the hunchback uh, represent his rectifying the burdened condition of earth. At the same time, Lord awarded Trivakra a conjugal relationship with himself. So this purport can give us some insights into who is this um, Trivakra. So it's said that she is a partial expansion of Satyabhama, and Satyabhama is an expansion of Bhudevi. Bhudevi incarnating in the form of Satyabhama, and Satyabhama we know that she um, uh, is very dear to Krishna, and Lord, even he went to the heaven to bring a Parijata tree to please her. Here we can see, in addition to the given meaning, the word Rasaprada indicates that the Lord amused his cowherd boys by his dealing with the young hunchback. So this means the Leela that is just we read, in that we can see that Krishna is in a playful mood. Why? Because he is along, he has come along with his cowherd boys, and yeah, they are doing a small walk along the streets, the main king's roads of the Mathura, and in that jolly mood, he came across this girl or lady who had this hunchback. So, in that jolly mood, that's why the word here in the last it said Paprachayantim Prahasan Rasaprada. Uh, so Krishna thought, okay, let me offer some pleasure uh, to my fellow cowhead boys who have come with me. And then it goes further. So Lord Krishna said, who are you? Oh, beautiful thighed. Uh, the Lord, we can also see in the same, in Ramayana, we can see that Ram was asking about, who are you, O beautiful lady? Though Surpanaka, of course, who has the ability to change her forms as per her will. Of course, what can she change into? She can't definitely change into a great, beautiful uh, mm, woman or a lady. Lord Ram anyway knew. So he was joking at that time, and here Krishna is joking. Here he say, usually no one says, "Oh, beautiful thighed one." He was saying that his joke was not malicious, since he was actually about to make her beautiful. So Lord jokingly addressed the lady as Varoru, a beautiful thighed one. So this joke, he is not of bad intention. And the maid servant, she replied that I am a servant of Kamsa. Uh, the purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Trivakra, who is also known as Kubja, used the singular address Sundara, O handsome one, to hint that she felt conjugal desire for Krishna alone. Because Balaram was there. There were also other cowhead boys, but she addressed him saying, "O handsome one." Sundara, uh, what is the word? Use that. Uh, watch Sundara. Aham Sundara. Uh, Kamsa Sammata. So I am the maid servant of Kamsa. Who else but you two deserve my ointments, which the Lord of Bhojas like so much? So this hunchback's name, Trivakra, indicates that her body was bent at the neck, chest, and waist. These are the three places. Uh, then Rupa Peshala Madhurya Hasita Lapa Vikshataiha. So Hasita means smiling. So while talking jovially, so her mind overwhelmed by Krishna's beauty, charm, sweetness, smiles, words, and glances. Trivakra gave both Krishna and Balaram generous amount of ointment. In this reference, in the purport, it's mentioned this incident is also described in Vishnu Purana. Shrutva tam ahasa Krishnam grahyatam iti sadharam anulepanam pradadau gatra yogya ato bhayo. Hearing this, she respectfully replied to Lord Krishna, "Please take it," and gave both of them ointment suitable for applying to their bodies. And after that, and the Acharya suggests that Krishna spread yellow ointment upon his body and Balaram blue ointment upon his. Why? That's why it's mentioned that contrasted their complexions. So Krishna, who is cloudish in color, he applied on himself the yellow ointments and or cosmetics, and Balaram applied blue. Prasanno Bhagavan Kubjan Trivakram Ruchirananam Ritvim Rijvim Kartum Manas Chakre Darshayan Darshane Phalam. So, what is the benefit she got? Yeah, this hunchback, she gave this ointments. Lord Krishna was pleased with Trivakra, and so he decided to straighten the hunchbacked girl with lovely face just to demonstrate the result of seeing him. So Krishna, when someone serves Krishna even a little, even uh, here we can see the desire of Kubja, the desire of Trivakra was to enjoy conjugal love with Krishna. How can someone imagine? Uh, we know that Madhurya Rasa is at a very top level. The highest form of rasa is Madhurya Rasa, and in that there is this Pakiya and Parakiya, and here Krishna hasn't married this Trivakra, right? And if someone is having such desire, we can see here. So Krishna wanted to please in spite of her desires, like that. So what he did is interesting. He pressing down on her toes with both his feet. hmm, Lord Achyuta placed one upward pointing finger of each hand under her chin and straightened up her body. So just he made that with the toes are not moving. He stepped on her toes, and then with the point fingers he just moved it up so that she became straight like a magic. Pressing, and then sa tadarju samanangi, uh, simply by Lord Mukunda's touch, Trivakra was suddenly transformed into an exquisitely beautiful woman with straight, evenly proportioned limbs and large hips and breasts. So this is the beauty of serving, and yeah, we also have not so pure heart, and we are thinking, oh, can I really approach Krishna? And Krishna is filtering out. He's seeing what is. He's not having any malicious interest, like or considers our malicious interest, but rather he is seeing how we are still favorably want to serve him. Tato Rupa Gunaudarya. Audharya means generosity. Now endowed with beauty. Yeah, not only she got beauty, but she is endowed with character and generosity. Trivakra began to feel lusty desires for Lord Keshava. And then what she did was she took hold of his upper cloth, and she was pulling to express her interest to enjoy conjugal love with him. Yehi Veera Graham Yamo. And till now, no one were seeing her. Trivakra is um, uh, was hunchback, bent, and all. So no one were seeing her beauty because she was always seeing down and was not so attractive. But now, because of Krishna, she became immensely beautiful. And Sri Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur is saying, one second, the verse number 10. Yehi Veera Graham Yamo is saying, "O hero, come, let us go to my house. I have no desire to leave you here. Hmm? Please, O best of males, show your grace upon me, whose mind you have agitated." In this case, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving the conversation. Yeah, it looks like this. Yes. Krishna is saying, "Is it for the purpose of dining that you are inviting me to your house?" This is the conversation. Trivakra, I simply can't leave you here. This is what Trivakra is saying. And Krishna is saying, but people here on the King's Road will misconstrue what you are saying and laugh. Therefore, please don't speak like this. And then Trivakara, she's saying, I can't help being agitated. You made the mistake of touching me. It's not my fault. Uh, Here, the genitive form, I mean, Sri Vishnu Chakravarti is saying, Matitha Chittaya is used in the sense of locative case. So it is saying, hey, you are the cause of what's happening. I am not. Uh, just like in the case of in the case of Hiranyakashipu asking Prahlad, why are you so much running behind Lord Vishnu? And Prahlad Maharaj says, I am helpless. I am helpless. I'm just attracted like a magnet to him. So here, the sparsha, the touch of Krishna made her feel like that. Thus, entreated by the woman, Krishna first glanced at the face of Balaram, who was watching. And yeah, actually, I do not have the commentaries from the verse number 11 to 23 from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Tagore. Somehow my document is corrupted. Uh, I don't have that part. But yeah, in summary, here we can see the mood. And are we going already to the next pastime? No. So anyway, Krishna said, "O lady with beautiful eyebrows, as soon as I fulfill my purpose, I will come indeed." Yeah, there is this word that's used is agranam. Indeed, you are the best refuge for us, homeless travelers. Shri Krishna indicated not only that he had no fixed residence, but also that he was not yet married. Mm. So Krishna is saying, "Hey, oh lady, yeah, first, I mean, let us fulfill what the purpose why we have come to Mathura, and then while going back, this is what we will discuss in the 48th chapter. When we come to that, we can see what did Krishna do before returning. So in that, the word by the word Agranam, Krishna indicated not only that he had no fixed residence, so at the time no, because he left Vrindavan in a way that yeah, neither Mathura is his home, neither Vrindavan is his home. So he's saying we don't have any fixed residence here in Mathura. Not only that, but it in the purport it means that he was not yet married. So in this way, Krishna is saying, "Hey, hey, I don't have any home or wife. I have to go. Anyway, after finishing the job, I'll come to you." Leaving her with these sweet words, Lord Krishna walked further down the road, and then he came. Then everyone were serving him, and then everyone they were so much attracted. The verse number 14 is again repeated in the ending as a conclusion. If we remember, when Krishna was leaving Mathura, the gopis were just saying, "Oh, now the good fortune of the Mathura Vasis has awakened, right?" How? Because they can have the darshan of Krishna, and when Krishna is served, then Krishna is going to bestow many boons to them. And this is what, in a different way, they were saying, but it in fact did happen here. Yeah, so purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur states that since the women of Mathura immediately experienced the symptoms of conjugal attraction when they saw Krishna, they were the most advanced devotees in the city. The 10 effects of Cupid are described as follows. Chakshu Raga Prathamam Chitta Sanga Tathota Sankalpa Nidra Chedas Tanuta Vishaya Nivritis Trapa Nasha Unmado Murcha Mritir Iti Etan Smaradasha Dasaiva Syuhu. So it is said, first comes attraction expressed through eyes, then intense attachment in the mind, then determination, then loss of sleep, then becoming emaciated, pale, disinterested in external things, shamelessness, madness, becoming stunned, and death. These are the 10 stages of Cupid's effect. Hmm. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also points out that the devotees who possess pure love of Godhead generally do not exhibit the symptom of death, since this is inauspicious in relation to Krishna. They do, however, manifest the other 9 symptoms, culminating in becoming stunned in ecstasy. Why? Because Krishna cannot bear that his loving devotee, pure devotee, is dying because of him. That is also in the Hamsaduta we can in the prayers we can see, or also in Bhagavatam we see when Krishna is leaving, yeah, they they are almost at the verge of death because they cannot bear that separation. But they see that if they die, it is not auspicious for Krishna. If they die, Krishna cannot bear and he will die. So that is the reason why they didn't die. This is what here it's also summarizing that. Lord Krishna then asked the local people where the arena. Actually, they came. Yeah, they were invited to come to this. What is this called? Dhanur Yaga. There is this sacrifice. Where then Krishna and Balram asked, "Where is this arena? Can you please let us know so that then we can go and see this Indra's bow that is there." And then it was guarded by so many people around who are worshipping them. But Krishna and Balram, they entered, they went inside, and they simply broke this, uh, easily lifting the bow with his left hand. Uh, he took this, he broke it into pieces. Though he wanted to just strung, just like in Ramayana, we can see that Dasharatha has this special um, condition so that he can give his daughter in marriage to whoever can break that gigantic, that blessed uh, bow from Lord Shiva's bow, with which Lord Shiva has killed Tripurasura. And he was well known as Tripurari. So that bow was not at all easy thing to be lifted. And this here we can see a Kshatriya tradition. Yeah, have anyone seen? Remember that when Dasara festival happens, there is a Ayudha Puja. All the machineries, equipment, books, and everything are worshipped, especially. Yeah, even the plows, tractors, all this, whatever is there through which one is able to work out um, in his occupation or duty, all these are served. So here we can see Kshatriyas, yeah, they have this tradition of mm, keeping carefully such a treasure. Yeah, here in this case it was Indra's bow, and worshipping that. And Krishna wanted to just show, yeah, or actually he started tinkling the um, heart of Kamsa. How he can do? He just took this bow and then yeah he lifted and he wanted to tie the string, and in the meantime it just broke. That sound itself was so much that Kamsa heard it, and he that made him to feel, oh, what's going to come. So struck with terror. Tat Rakshinaha Sanucharam Kupita Atatayinaha, just in a playful mood. Where is the word Atatayina? Holding weapons. Then the guards came, they said, grab him, kill him, and they wanted to kill him. But Krishna and Balaram, with these broken bows, they just have. Um, yeah, killed all who came on their way, striking them down. Then Balam cha kamsa prahitam hatva sala mukha tata nishkramya che ratur hristav niriksha pura sampadaha. After also killing all the soldiers sent by Kamsa, Krishna and Balaram left the sacrificial arena and continued their walk and happily looking at the opulent sights as they were going. Um, uh, they having witnessed the amazing deeds of Krishna and Balaram have performed and seeing their strength, people of city thought they must be two prominent demigods. Hmm. See the mind, how the thought process of the people of that time was, when Krishna personally, the Lord who has done such a wonderful thing, they were thinking such a demigod has performed such a great thing. And in Kali Yuga, people, when the Lord Himself is performing such a wonderful deeds, they see, hey, He's such a wonderful things are not possible, and they consider such a great personality like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nityananda Prabhu as ordinary. Hmm? Mm, humans, yeah, because predominant atheism is prevailing in Kali Yuga. As they strolled about at will, the sun began to set and they left the city. All this was happening. Gopyo Mukunda Vigame Virahatura Ya Asa Satasisa Rita Madhupuri Abhuvan Sampasyatam Purusha Bhushana Gatra Lakshmim. So here it said at the time of Mukunda's departure from Vrindavan, the gopis were thinking. Let me open that document if I have it. No, 1 second, please. 10th canto. Mm, 42. Mhm. So Sridhar Swami indicates the place where the wagons have been kept harnessed. So then they went. Now I'm in verse 24. Hmm. Hmm. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying Shakatam is the place known as Akata Vamochana on the outskirts of Mathura, where Nanda Maharaj was staying. Yeah, so cowherd wagons were there. Hmm. So then Krishna and Balaram went there, and then all the benedictions which gopis, yeah, had wished. This is what we see in the verse 24. Gopis have foretold that the residents of Mathura would enjoy many benedictions, and now the gopis' predictions were coming true. For those residents were gazing upon the beauty of Krishna, the jewel among men. Indeed, the goddess of fortune desired the shelter of that beauty. Uh, so, Sridhar Swami says the benedictions which they wished upon them, upon Mukunda's going away, at the time of his departure from Raja, the statements which they made, if we go to the um, chapter 39, where Akrura came to Vrindavan, there are these prayers, and from that it is said that the goddess of fortune desired leaving aside others such as Brahma. Even goddess of fortune wanted to be with Krishna. Hmm? Um, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, because he was dwelling on the ecstatic sentiment of young girls of Raja, the king of sages, Shukadeva Goswami, unexpectedly became unhappy at remembering their separation. So, Shukadeva Goswami, yeah, who is a Paramahamsa and who is speaking, yeah, it is said that he cannot uh, move forward to sing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam when it comes about the dealings of Krishna and the gopis, and especially here the sentiment of gopis was hurt when Krishna was leaving Vrindavan. So that's why it is said Sukadeva Goswami unexpectedly becomes unhappy when he is singing Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. When he came to this exact verse, he saw, see what, uh, unhappy about the early topics in the verse beginning, Gopya. The benedictions, the future assets of happiness which they wished upon them. Hmm? All na in Vrindavan, why are they so much sad? They are thinking, oh, Krishna is our property. Oh, it is we who satisfies Krishna. It is all. So now they are not all the assets of happiness. What they were getting now, Krishna left at the time of his departure from Braja. They had said, in other words, may the benedictions we now have accrue to the ladies of the city. These were expressed in such words as Sukham Prabhata Rajaniyam and Adhya Dhruvam Tatrodru Bhavishyati. These became true, appropriate for those in Madhurapuri who were seeing the beauty of Krishna's body. Now it is implied, how it is implied, could the words of lamentation of such women result otherwise? So on one side, the gopis, when they are saying, they are not saying, ah, acha, chalo, Krishna, jab Vrindavan, Mathura, he will go to Mathura. Oh, it's such a great thing for all of them. No, it is because they were also feeling immense pain. Oh, we will going to miss Krishna. We see all the fortune for them. In that spirit, they were talking. How it is implied, could the words of lamentation of such women. So they were lamenting, and in that mood of lamentation, they spoke this. As the gopis result otherwise, than in coming true. Here we can see he one second. He's mentioned as Bhushana Bhushanangram. The ornaments on the Lord's limbs are beautified by his body rather than the other way around. The beauty of his body is characterized by the words Ayanam, meaning the shelter of all beauty, both mundane and transcendental. Uh, so in this way, and then after their feet were bathed and they ate rice with milk, the two lords spent the night there quite comfortably, even though they were aware of what Kamsa intended to do. Sridhar Swami is writing, the two of them whose feet have been bathed, hmm, after eating rice mixed with milk, they stayed there comfortably. Uh, they whose pairs of feet were bought by their servants, eating boiled rice sprinkled with kshira, milk, of Krishna's favorite cows in Braja with 1 year old calves, which was being kept on top of the wagon in a vessel meant for the sacrificial fire, and which the queen of Braja offered them in a jar. So here, this milk that through which Krishna and Balaram were fed, this milk has still come from Braja Bhumi. After eating this, they remained there sleeping extremely comfortable, even though they were aware of Kamsa intended to do. They know what Kamsa is going to do, but still they were very comfortable. They were fearless. We should understand that it is because of their being fast asleep they did not hear the words of their fathers. Nanda was afraid and could not sleep the entire night. So Krishna and Balram were very peaceful and very quickly they went to sleep. But Nanda Maharaj all the night he was thinking, alas, alas, why have I brought these two young boys here from the cowhead village? This is the mood of Nanda Maharaj. And then Kamsa, on the other hand, was frightened to hear of how Krishna and Balaram had broken the bow and killed its guards and his army simply as a game. He remained awake for a long time, both when awake and while drifting off into sleep. He saw only bad omens. This is it is mentioned merely Kevalam, the playing of Govinda and Ram and not any real prowess. Just in a game itself, it is so troublesome. Mm. So, and that's how, in both ways, both while sleeping, both while awake and asleep, and which were messengers of death, these omens. They came and all this description came. Here, all is flapping his wings with golden eyes and steel colored face. He had come as messenger of Rakshasas, and yet etad abhutani anvaviyas daivim vacham vadasi. So Srila Vishnuvar Chakravarti Thakur is saying, and that killing was merely the sport of Rama and Krishna, not any display of prowess. Hearing this, in both ways, while sleeping and awake, he saw omens, and then hmm, he is understanding what is going to happen. He was reflecting. When he looked at his own reflection, he could not see his head. All these omens are described. Um, even though he saw, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, even though he saw his reflection in mirrors and so on, he could not see his head there. Even in the absence of Dvitiya or a reason for double images. uh, so we come to the main last part here. When with difficulty he somehow reached the dawn and the sun once again rose up from the water, as stated in Shruti, adbhyo va yesha pratar udeti. Hmm. So it means, um, yeah, king had some hope now. Yeah, after all, the day has come. What will happen? He still has a sense of fear, but he thinks now, let's arrange the wrestling arena, and then everything is arranged for that purpose. And finally, we can see that Kamsa is hoping that his wrestlers are going to kill Kamsa in the battle, in the wrestling arena. Huh? No, Kamsa was hoping. Kamsa was hoping that his wrestlers can subdue Krishna. Okay, so yeah, the last part in this verse is 38. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Samahuta indicates that King Kamsa respectfully called the leaders of Raja forward so that they could make their offerings to the central government. According to the Acharyas, Kamsa assured Nanda as follows: My dear King of Raja, you are the most important of my village rulers. Yet, even though you have come to Mathura from your cowherd village, you have not come to visit me. Is that because you are frightened? Don't think that your two sons are bad because they broke the bow. I invited them here because I heard they were extremely powerful, and I have arranged this wrestling match as a test of their strength. So please come forward without hesitation. Don't be afraid. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur further states that Nanda Maharaj noticed that his two sons were not present. Apparently, out of disrespect for King Kamsa's order, they had taken the morning off and gone elsewhere. Thus, Kamsa delegated some cowherd men to go look for them and advise them to behave properly and come back to the wrestling arena. The Acharya also states that the reason Nanda and other cowherd men sat in the galleries was that they could not find any sitting place on the royal dais. Yeah. So some details in the dealings of the Lord, what has happened, and preparing ourselves for tomorrow, where we are going to discuss what happened with the elephant Kuvalaya Pida and what happened with wrestlers, everything. Yeah. One thing in the dealings of Krishna with this hunchbacked Trivakra, I think in one of the purports, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentioning as she is a partial expansion of Satyabhama, also mean to help us understand that Krishna is not in any what do you call it, malicious dealings with her. Yeah, because when she is expansion of Satyabhama, then Krishna has right uh, to please her, to satisfy her lusty desires. Of course, to understand what was the mood and what was the purpose, we can go to chapter 48, but we shouldn't see something um, unethical or what do you call the right word? Un, Uncivilized. Yeah. No, it still fits within the Maryada. And I have said, I was giving comparison of Ramayana. In a reference, it is mentioned, yeah, who is actually this Trivakra, hmm, and why did she desire, and why did Lord want to please her? Huh? In the Treta Yuga, when Surpanaka came, at that time Ram said that no, I can't marry a second lady, uh, and that's why. And after all that incidents that has happened, but Surpanaka still desired to enjoy the conjugal love of Lord Ramachandra. So what she did in one version, they say that she has uh, performed intense tapasya to please Lord Shiva to get that boon. So that and when Lord Shiva appeared yeah, um, he gave this. Okay, this can happen in the Dwapar Yuga when the Lord Himself personally appears, and then this is the connection, which means that Surpanaka or this Trivakra in her previous life is none other than Surpanaka. This is one version. The other version is Surpanaka, and in other version it is also said that she is in the previous life is Manthara. And how the Acharyas say is this is because in fact Surpanaka's partial expansion was Manthara. Now we don't see this in the Valmiki Ramayana. Then there are some other references, and through which it is said that it Surpanaka, the spirit of actually cunningly getting things done or actually conducting the reversals in Ramayana in the life of Ram, yeah, is done by none other than Surpanaka. So she herself came in the form of Manthara. Of course, the question is coming, hey, is there, how come did she do this? Yeah, when Surpanakha was coming in the form of Manthara, we can understand that is a partial um, expansion, Shakti, through which she has got that done. More details, yeah, we may have to really dig into not only one or two sources, and we have to understand what is the authenticity of different versions of Ramayana. And I'm not expert in that, but I can only take one principle, what Srila Prabhupada says, when we are looking into the other references, if this is enhancing devotion, if it is enhancing us the greatness, to appreciate the greatness of the Lord, we can accept it. Of course, even if it might not be the fact, if but still, because it helps us to develop devotion to the Lord, we can take it. Okay, we'll stop here. Any questions or yeah, comments or anything someone would like to add?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, please proceed, Prabhuji. I'll follow you, Prabhuji.
I didn't say anything.
No, I think it was Gaur Bhagan Prabhu.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Prabhuji, you can go on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, thanks for this nice recitation, Prabhuji. And of course, I had this question on, how this person also, I forgot the name of this, the woman with the hunch, Prabhuji. So,
Mm-hmm.
how she fell in the desire because it's all the Lord's arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking if it was, correct or not, because, when the Lord blesses us with something, we should channelize it in the right way. But I think you answered she was more of an expansion of, Satyabhama. So thanks for that. And one question is, Prabhuji, you spoke about 10, aspects that happens when, people get hit by Cupid. My question is, Prabhuji, how come our acharyas, who are in a different mode are able to relate? It's very nice, Prabhuji, that, they can, fit into the moods of the entire population so that, but how come they have that vision, Prabhuji? It's the wisdom by the Lord or,
Are you asking, or are you saying that how do these 10 symptoms are felt?
exactly, because you said one arch, one acharya wrote about this, right, Prabhuji? So
Yeah.
how does the Lord give them that? Because they are completely in the mode of devotion and
Yeah, but we can see
yes,
this is also part of conjugal love, right? So
yes,
we can say that, okay, this is we are seeing it from a material point of view, but on a spiritual note, also these are the symptoms and behavior of one who is offering themselves to Krishna. So as yeah, I'm just trying. It's described in the Nectar of Devotion, but I don't remember exact chapter. I think it is in the spontaneous symptom of continuous ecstasy, if I'm not wrong, or indirect expression of ecstatic love. So chapter 32 to 33, one of these two. Impetus, indifference and separation. So in one of that, it is mentioned that these symptoms are experienced by the gopis, yeah, who are on a spontaneous platform. And I will find the right reference, but these are the symptoms experienced when someone is in love. Yeah. So it is not just only on a material note, but it is also the effects, the influences are similar when someone is on the spiritual platform.
yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Even I was hearing the Gopi Gita from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam.
Yeah.
It was very nice mood and yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this.
Mm-hmm.
Krishna.
So there we can see, okay, all these symptoms are there, these symptoms, and in fact, it is said that that is the reason I was giving when I was saying about the death, they do not want to die. It is from the nectar of devotion. I don't remember the chapter. I think even 41 or no, 41 is eternal love, devotion, servant, conjugal love, 44. Death. No, no. The impetus, yeah. So just as you said, na, in the Nectar of Devotion, chapter 44, the impetuses of conjugal love are Krishna and his very dear consorts, such as Radharani and her immediate associates. Lord Krishna has no rival, no one is equal to him, and no one is greater than him. His beauty is also without any rival, and because he excels all others in the pastimes of conjugal love, he is the original object of all conjugal love. He is, um, what is the word used? Rasacharya. No, sorry, not Rasacharya. He is the um, Sambandha Abhideya Prayojanam. And in the Gita Govinda by Jayadeva Goswami, one gopi tells her friend, Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure within this universe. His body is as soft as lotus flower, and his free behavior with the gopis, which appears exactly like a young boy's attraction to a young girl, is a subject matter of transcendental conjugal love. Yep.
Yes, so yes, very nice story.
A pure devotee follows in the footsteps of the gopis and worship the gopis as follows. What is the prayer that we offer is, let me offer my respectful obeisances to all the young cowherd girls whose bodily features are so attractive. Simply by their beautiful attractive features, they are worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Out of all the young gopis, Srimati Radharani is the most prominent. It goes further, but yeah, that gives us an understanding. Yeah, we can't just apply it. Okay, it's a Cupid, and yeah, um, that's why we see na Krishna is called Madana Mohan. Yeah, so Madana means Cupid, Mohana means one who attracts Madana. That is the beauty. Mohana means uh, um, mm, enchanting, yeah, enchanting. So he's enchanting the Cupid, and the stage level of Gopi is uh, Madana Mohana Mohini. Is it right? Yeah, Madana Mohana Mohini. Radharani is saying even such a one who is subduing the beauty or effects of Cupid, even such Lord is under her enchantment, Mohini. Yeah.
Yes, Raji, very helpful post. Thank you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Okay. Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this narration. Prabhuji, so Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has also commentary on Bhagavatam, or
Yeah.
in particular this 10th canto or whole Bhagavatam?
He has, there was this one book called, hmm, I forgot the name of the book, which is exclusive the 10th canto, but yeah, it's mainly the 10th canto that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur provides the commentaries.
Okay, Prabhuji.
I
And
forgot the name. What is it?
Prabhuji,
I have in my book library, I have it. Hmm. Tell me, you were saying.
yes, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, the reference for Satyabhama is also there anywhere, like for
Mm-hmm.
the Shrunaparkha.
No, now that reference is, if you're asking whether it is the reference from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, um, hmm, good question. I have to recollect, but at least I know this is from one of the sources. Yeah, that is mentioning on the level. There is one. I don't know. There is a Google group discussion which is from a Bhakti Vriksha Sangha that they discuss on this matter. They have provided references. I have to see from which book it is referred.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you. I'll find this book, the commentaries of the 10th canto, and share it. Apu Prabhu used to preserve that, and I took it from him. I'm just trying to see where are these. No. Okay, I'll not hold up those. Okay. Any other comments, questions? Yeah. Then let's have next part tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning. Until then, yeah. Hare Krishna. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Grandraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Today is the auspicious disappearance of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, our ISKCON founder Acharya. So, I don't know, did you post already? I think one fast usually till 12 o'clock. Yeah, if someone is inspired, they can fast till 12 o'clock. And yeah, today, if someone is around, can join us in the program at Noise. Yeah, and we can celebrate there. Hare Krishna. Thank you.